It wasn't until I was put into check. I lost my job. In June 2023, I got let go from this comfortable position. It was so comfortable, man. It was so good. Like, actually, it wasn't a typical retail gig, community pharmacy, where you're giving people the jab, dealing with insurance companies, let alone the general public. It's a closed door operation, and you're dealing with healthcare professionals, and it is indeed optimized within that paradigm of working for the man, getting a really comfortable salaried paycheck. But it wasn't ultimately fulfilling. It wasn't utilizing my proclivities, my faculties. I was digging in the wrong direction, putting forth really good effort, but in the wrong way. I was rowing really hard, but I was in the wrong lane, and it wasn't until this evolutionary pressure was exerted on me that I was put in check on the proverbial chessboard of life that necessitated me to make a move. When you're in check, you have to move your king or protect it somehow. You gotta make a move. You gotta make a move, man. And it's not obvious to me that I ever would have done that. I mean, that's the scary thing. Like, what if I hadn't been let go from this job? By the way, for making videos like this on the campus, controversial videos, I talk about the limitations of big food, big pharma. I'm really trying to heal humanity. And I guess in some way, it parallels with this idea that you don't want to let your schooling get in the way of your education. It's almost as if my career, my job itself was actually getting in the way of the mission, right? It was getting in the way of the actual purpose to actually heal people. I mean, why else do people get into healthcare? Like, of course the paycheck, of course it pays the bills. Like that is nice. Don't get me wrong, that's a nice door to walk through, but the room you reside in ultimately has to be marked by fulfillment, right? It's like, that's not ultimately fulfilling. But see, the thing that would be most alluring about that in healthcare is to actually give back, right? To actually help people. Like, that was the motivation. But again, I didn't see the glass ceiling. I didn't see the inherent problems with the pharma first paradigm. But having been through the system myself as an autoimmune disease patient for close to a decade, when I was 15 years old, I was diagnosed with this really rare chronic inflammatory disease called eosinophilic esophagitis, EOE for short. This disease literally brought me to my knees, left me unable to speak and barely able to breathe countless hundreds of times when I experienced profound dysphagia, difficulty swallowing. Food would literally completely impact my esophagus. And this made me a shell of the person that I'm fortunate enough to be today. I'm so fortunate, I'm so grateful. I have so much energy and enthusiasm and now knowledge to share with the world. And ultimately, I just needed to find a better vehicle, a better means, a better medium to actually give my gift, to use my proclivities, my faculties that I've refined to actually help people. And that's what I'm trying to do on YouTube with my 600 subscribers, with Jason Actualization, right? I'm trying to start this movement to actually help people in the ways that I couldn't as a pharmacist. And so when I got let go from this job back in June, I booked a one-way ticket to Brisbane, Australia, to come live with, as I am now, my best friend and mentor, Luke, who gave me the unfair advantage that Jason Jr. needed. Jason Jr. was just beat down. He was kicked into the dirt by the boot of life. And when I realized that nobody was coming to save me, when someone who I was just head over heels in love with monkey branches to one of her classmates who's taunting me one day as I'm going to my next pharmacy school class, and I can't even turn 90 degrees to my right to look at the both of them as they were sitting together on the college campus. I realized that nobody was coming to save me. My hockey coach was not coming to save me. My allergist, Scott, was not coming to save me. My gastroenterologist, Cheryl, was not coming to save me. My mom, whose name is also Cheryl, who I love very much and loves me very much, was not coming to save me. At the end of the day, I had to refine my own resolve. I had to develop character. I had to cultivate a character that is more capable of contending with life and its inevitably adversarial encounters. I had to level up. I had to become the fucking man. And 8 years ago, I met this mentor, Luke, in an online fitness forum called bodybuilding.com. And he gave me that unfair advantage. And that's the same advantage that I'm most passionate about. I think when you discover something really profound in life, right? You're turning over all these rocks, you're leaving no stone unturned, and eventually you find something really, really powerful. I'm the type of person who will just talk about it ad nauseum, by my own admission. That's what I want to share. I want to share Luke's knowledge. A man who figured out that industrial seed oils are plaguing mankind and paradoxically giving rise to the #1 cause of death worldwide, namely heart disease, something that in America alone, someone drops dead of every 33 seconds alone. The man who figured this out by the time he was a teenager is also a man who has uncovered many other esoteric ideas related to men's lifestyle, health in general, anti-aging, hypertrophy. His mind works in a really unique way that I've just never encountered before. It's like, holy crap. Like, I was fortunate enough to have the open-mindedness and the humility to frankly just get on my knees, look up at this guy and be like, dude, I will do whatever you say. And I literally did. I got rid of the endocrine disrupting chemicals in my life. I became very cognizant, very cognizant of the cosmetics in my life. I learned about things like distilled water, using an Instant Pot to prepare my food, the benefits of red meat, of creatine monohydrate. I learned about the benefits of antioxidants, pomegranate juice, basmati rice, preferentially opting for white rice over brown rice, not least because it's lowest in arsenic, basmati specifically, but also devoid of the most potent, prevalent anti-nutrient, which I had never encountered the phrase of before, phytic acid. Getting plenty of eggs in the diet. The importance of food, putting food first. The prudence of a low linoleic acid diet, something my allergist never told me about. All of these things that people don't know about. Doctors don't know about. Parents who should know about this. The future of our country, of the civilization, the human race, greatly resides in the hands of our parents and how they effectively educate their kids, what they expose them to. Live in a world that's overfed and undernourished. That's a really dangerous, destructive combination. And it's something that I'm really passionate about. Jason Actualization is about sharing with people my conversion from a low testosterone beta male who had been rejected by this girl that he was head over heels in love with and frankly got cucked, to a man who, and I don't like to brag, but because this is not about me, I mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. This is so much bigger than me, man. It's like, wow. Whoo! Wow. Just got the shivers, man, just thinking about this purpose and this mission and this message. It's about being comfortable. It's about being at ease with yourself, comfortable in your own skin. Just a few hours ago, I was at this Bribey beach in Australia And it ended up being this girl's 27th birthday, Kayla. And I just very confidently, calmly approached her and had a really good conversation. And she said how refreshing it was. She's actually a stripper, it turns out, which is great. I'm very non-judgmental. I think that's fantastic. And she was talking about how refreshing it was to just talk to someone who was down to earth, at ease with themselves, didn't really need anything, was kind of at ease with themselves. It was nice. She actually asked me for my Instagram, for example. I don't even like social media, but I'm on a few different platforms to get out this message and also to communicate with folks that I come in contact with in my everyday life. But how nice is that? To be able to do that so nonchalantly, to reap the rewards of that on a social level. And also just had someone beep at me. That's nice. To also be grounded and not be bothered by people who are honking their horns like that, right? To be poised, to be grounded, to be confident. And I think to be someone that other people can rely on by being grounded, being a source of good, positive masculine energy. That's what we need. We need positive masculinity, being charismatic, just being authentic, being upbeat, being happy. I don't see that very often. I see a lot of mental illness nowadays, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. The message here is that is reversible. Just like the eosinophilic esophagitis, aforementioned, EOE for short, that was reversible. I had an upper endoscopy done a few months ago showing reversal. From July 2009, that's when I was diagnosed, and I had an upper endoscopy done. And just comparing the before and after imaging. And that before and after is just a microcosm of the possibilities for how you could transform. You don't even know yet. You don't even know yet what your final form entails. That's crazy to consider. Yeah, and it's not like there even ever is a final form. It's kind of like you're chasing the horizon. But you don't even know how good it could get. And people don't know this, and they're not given the map to navigate to that point in their life. I just want to give people a fighting chance, man. Because that's all I ever needed. I just needed a new map. Something different to navigate with. It's like, just give me a fighting chance, and I will go all of the way. I'll apply myself, I will follow it to the letter, I will cross every single T and dot every single I, but I just need the right information. And I live in a world that is feeding me, fueling me with the wrong information. If we put food first, we subtract the seed oils before they subtract us, these refined, bleached, and deodorized, highly easily oxidizable oils that were designed to lubricate machinery and not mankind. We celebrate saturated fat, animal fats, full-fat dairy products, red meat, the greatest superfood that you don't even know about. Beef, you've been told that's going to give you a heart attack, a stroke, cancer. If we do this, we actually reinvent ourselves at the cellular level. And that's exactly what happens on a low LA, a low linoleic acid diet. It's like the magnitude of the impact that would confer could probably only be measured on the Richter scale. And again, this before and after photo is frankly, that's just a microcosm of what's possible. Imagine what is possible qualitatively. Just waking up and actually feeling good, at ease with yourself physiologically. See, because if you put food first, you fix your physiology, you find your freedom, then you go out and you meet the Kaylas of the world. And you can actually be yourself and not need anything because You already feel so good, and the cup just filleth over, and you just want to share that energy, express that energy outward, and infect others in the most positive, productive way possible. And that is something I could never do as a pharmacist. And that's why I started this YouTube channel, Jason Actualization. And that's why I love you, your potential, and realizing that the best has yet to come. I love you so much, and I hope this channel grows. I hope this message gets disseminated to more than the 600 subscribers that I have now. It's not about getting to a specific number, 100K, a million, 10 million. It's about me just doing my best and infecting people with the best energy and information possible. I love you very much, my friend. And as always, until next time, find your freedom. Peace.